Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Master Grade Full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt Ver.Ka. Well, despite that overly complicated name, I am super excited for this kit. I am really excited to check this out. I really love the design of the Full Armor Gundam here, the Gundam Thunderbolt version. I really enjoyed the high grade actually a lot more than I even thought that I would, and from all the pictures we've seen of this kit, it looks absolutely fantastic. Not everyone's into the design, of course, you'll have that with pretty much everything, but I really can't wait, and I also just can't wait because it's a new Master Grade. We don't have new Master Grades very often, and I also can't wait because it's a new Ver.Ka, and Ver.Kas are even fewer and farther between than Master Grades. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, what that title means, Ver.Ka, it stands for Version Katoki, which is referring to the Gundam artist Hajime Katoki. He's not the artist that designs everything, but he is a artist that Bandai consults with, every so often to give the kind of his version of some designs for some Gundams. So we have a Ver.Ka line of Master Grade kits that have all been quite nice, I think. I really like the designs, so I'm always excited whenever we have a new one. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. We have some really nice box art here. We have a lot to get through, so I just want to kind of get into it as quickly as possible. It's a very large box, as you can see. It's the larger full-size Master Grade box here. It's, similar in size to the Full Armor Unicorn Gundam. It's not quite as deep a box, but it is very close to that size. So just really huge box here. We can see the Gundam here. It's a typical Katoki box art style with the kind of purplish hue all over the color there as well. I really love the box art. I'm one of those people that every time I see just a Ver.Ka box, I just can't help but want to buy it. So like in the stores, whenever I see Ver.Ka boxes, I'm just like drawn to them immediately. But anyway, here in the background too, you can see the Gundam with all the armor cast off. So that's one of the really cool gimmicks you can do with this, is like take off all that extra armor and just have it just really slimmed down, simple, just the Gundam inside there. The thing about that is that, if you're buying this kit, you probably want to keep all that extra armor on, but if you wanted to just take all the armor off just to take a few photos, document it just kind of how it is like that, simplified, and then just throw all the extra armor on there and then throw it on your shelf all armored up. You can do that. So anyway, we have all that information here at the top, the name, and then it actually has the specifications there, but you can't really see it. It's kind of behind there. And then here at the bottom we have the MG Master Grade logo, the More Brotherhood, just indicating kind of the affiliation of the Gundam, and Bandai logo there. On the bottom, it's going to be pretty much the same thing here, all that same information, nice profile shot, the same artwork there. On the side of the box, typical Ver.Ka style, very simple, just white with some really nice text here. We have a couple of action shots, front and back shot here, what the kit is going to look like, of course all painted up, but I think the color separation just built into this kit is going to be pretty fantastic. Even without painting, it's going to look pretty damn good. So there's just a bunch of details, all of the missiles and stuff, a bunch of gimmicks. Ver.Ka kits are also very well known for having a lot of gimmicks built into them. This kit is no exception at all. So here we go. Here's what I was talking about with taking all the armor off. So here we have the core fighter, and then just the Gundam by itself. Totally new inner frame for this kit as far as I know too, so that's really cool. 7,000 yen for the list price. That is of course going to be the one drawback, is that it is a quite expensive kit, but again, it's Master Grade, it's quite large, we have a lot of stuff in here, so let's check it out here. We've got some polycaps. I believe this is going to be a fairly few and far between polycap kit here with some white. It is that same like the HG, it's kind of not pure white, it does have a little bit of a blue tint to it. That's probably our A runner there, multicolored runner. Our shields and big parts of the backpack there, looking very big, really nicely detailed underneath those shields. More white armor parts, more inner frame is all in that kind of brownish gray, dark gray, brown color. We do have a base for this, actually. That's surprising. I either didn't know or forgot that we have a base, so I'm actually surprised by this. I was going to mention that earlier in this unboxing video, that I wish it came with a base. Apparently it does. I didn't know that. Somehow I missed that. More gray parts, some red parts. It's that same kind of maroonish red color. Orange parts, which the HG did not have any, so nice to have those now. Blue parts, dark blue parts there. More frame parts, more frame parts, more red parts. Looks like probably a double, or maybe not. Maybe that's a new runner. Then here, what have we here? We have our Waterslide decals. That's one of the great things about version Katoki kits, is that most of them include Waterslide decals, so that is always really good. That's also going to be one of the reasons the cost is higher. There I can see are the fabric pieces for the joints, so we'll come back to that. Let's look at our manual. So again, in typical Ver.Ka style, we just have this kind of faded photo here of the kit just sort of flying, and then on the back just the name there. I love this this kind of style, the artwork on the back of the manual. Just really great design there, I think. On the inside, some really nice art illustrations. So this is like the Katoki will design this artwork like this and then work with Bandai to basically create a model, create a 3D model, and then create the actual physical model kit just based on his designs. So it's a really cool process there. You can read about it if you can read the Japanese. And then here we just have a ton of photos, reference photos, and more kind of illustration of the designing of it and everything. So there it is on the base, and everything all opened up, all the missile hatches and all of that. So all really cool. A bunch more information here. Again, if you can read Japanese, great information. Our parts list. The B runner is doubled, and one of the parts we only need one of, so we've got 1X there. And then here, this is interesting, the E runner is doubled, and the same part is omitted for both runners, so that's kind of strange. Interesting, we'll have to see what part that is. Then F runner, nothing here. One part we're not going to use from the I runner. I think those are orange parts for the missile pod on the backpack. And then all of this here, we have a different piece for the base, so it's not going to be using the arm that's included for the base. I guess we have a new different one. So here, I guess we can see we're building the base first, so you can see we're going to have some different parts. Maybe you can adjust the height of it by using 2 of these or only 1 if you want, so it'll be kind of interesting. The emergency pod here, I guess it's called, not a core fighter, but emergency pod. Very unique design for that. We're going to be making that first. Quite complicated actually there for such a small little thing. Then moving on to the body, finishing up the body and moving on to the head. Then moving on to the arms. Now here we can see there is how we're going to be putting the fabric over the thing here. What is that? This is like the arm joint, but that doesn't look like a joint. It just looks like some plastic piece. I guess we're just supposed to use that to crinkle the plastic on there and then put the plastic onto the joint after we've crinkled it up. So there you can just kind of see a little bit about how that's going to work there. I just want to kind of let you see this here for a moment so you can see how that's going to work. It's going to be really hard for me to show you how that actually goes on in the review, but I will put it on for the review. So arms, and then upper body, putting that together, then onto the waist, then onto the legs. Again, same thing there with the fabric for this knee joint. Feet, legs, 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 legs. Quite a lot going into the legs. Then putting the lower body together. Then the body armor. So we're building just the base kit first, just the base Gundam. Then moving on to the armor. Putting all the armor on, all the body, upper body, legs. Then finally moving on to the backpack. Here, putting that together. Backpack, backpack. Then weapons, twin beam rifle. First, their twin beam rifle, rocket launcher for the other side. Then just posing, putting on the base and just posing everything, opening the hatches, moving the stuff around, this and that. Everything looks really nicely articulated. Articulated arms there for the backpack for holding the second set of shields. All looks nice. You can hold the extra weapons on there too, I guess, apparently too. So that's cool. And then finally here is our where all of our sticker or not stickers, sorry, the water slides are going to be going. I believe no stickers with this kit, only water slides. So then there's just the layout of the water slides, the color guide there as well, including a color guide for the pilot figure. And yeah, so here's all the markings for just the base Gundam, and then markings for the full armor Gundam if you want to have that. So you can do either or. You can probably apply all of them all at once, but of course you're going to be covering some up. So let's get into the runners. Alright, so starting off as always with our foil stickers. Here you can see there's quite a lot of those small little black ones. I believe those are probably mostly going to be going inside the thrusters. As you know, this kit has a lot of those like vernier thrusters. A couple yellow ones there for the eyes, and then a bunch of like bluish green ones there for cameras, it looks like mostly. And once again, here's a look at the water slides for this kit. Nice, big, huge water slide decal sheet. A lot of water slides on there. Very nice, and again, are just pieces of cloth for that. Polycap Runner 211 is all we have for polycaps here. This is a relatively recent polycap runner from 2015, so I'm not sure what kit this was used for first. It would have been some kit last year, possibly the RX-7802 Origin Gundam, I don't remember, but anyway, fairly recent polycap runner here. SB1 for our Saber effect parts, not a new runner, this is from 2006, just standard pink color beam saber effect parts for 1/100 scale kits. And then here in black is our BA2 or Base 2 runner. This is just Bandai's standard pack-in base here for 1/100 scale kits and occasionally 1/44 scale kits as well. So with our A runner here, it's standard in multicolor. We have mostly gray there for parts of the inner frame, it looks like. And then we have a few yellow parts there, a few red parts in that kind of really dark red across the top, and then a few clear green parts there over on the side. Looks like parts for inside the head, the cockpit hatch of the escape pod, and a couple other clear parts there, I think probably for inside the head as well. These runners are going to be labeled as MG-1100 Full Armor Gundam TB for Thunderbolt. And this is, just in case anyone's wondering, this is not ABS. I believe all of these runners, just from the first glance of going through, taking them all out of the bags, I believe none of them are ABS. I believe this is entirely polystyrene. Runner B is a very large runner in that dark gray brown color that we get for a lot of inner frames here. Obviously a lot of parts for the inner frame, and we do have two of this large B runner. The C runner is the same thing, same color, mostly inner frame stuff here, and once again we do have double of this runner as well. For the D runner, however, we are now into some white parts. These are mostly parts, looks like, for the head, hands, and some backpack, just kind of parts, looks like, for pretty much a kind of mix of everywhere. We can see the hands are going to be the like master grade wing style hands where it's just the swappable fingers. So like you build the hand and then you just swap either the closed fist, holding hands, trigger fingers, or open fingers. So we have 4 options for hands, so I don't really particularly care for that kind of hands, but they do seem to work pretty well. They just can be a little bit kind of annoying to work with. I would rather just swap the hand entirely, but this is not a bad option, I guess. Then runner E, more white armor parts here for the arms and legs, so we do have double of this E runner. And again, these white is not like totally pure white, it does have a slight like tint of blue to it. Then runner F here, obviously some large parts for the fuel tanks, parts of the backpack, and the shields there. Interestingly marked twice for some reason. And then we do have 2 of this runner here as well. One reason that I can think that this may be marked twice is that Bandai may possibly be considering releasing a Thunderbolt Gym. I highly doubt that because this is a Ver.Ka. If this was a standard master grade, I would say maybe possible. But because it's a Ver.Ka, I don't think that's possible, but it could be. Moving on to runner G, we're getting into some of the darker color plastic now in that really dark navy blue color for some parts of the armor. This looks like mostly for the torso and waist section here for the most part. And a more dark blue on the H runner. These parts are going to be for the arms and legs, as we have 2 of this H runner. I guess it's this way. Here you go, like that. And you can see in the feet, this would be the underside of the feet here, and you can see the holes in there where it's going to have the gimmick of like the claws on the toes that you can open up. Really cool. Really huge runner here for runner J, as this looks like mostly parts for the weapons and like mostly weapons for the most part. It looks like maybe a couple parts for the backpack on there as well as it looks like maybe the pilot seat and parts of the face. So kind of mix of stuff, but mostly weapons. Then we do have a J2, which is a copy of this section here. Then we have runner K1, which is back to that kind of maroonish red color. Really nice color here. I really quite like that. A lot of thrusters, a lot of those small little detail parts on here. And then we also have runner K2, which is going to be a copy of most of the runner, except for these parts here on that part. And finally, last but not least, runner I, again strangely marked twice, is here with these parts for mostly missiles and then the orange parts for the shields. So we do have 2 of this runner as well. And that is all. So that is going to be it for this rather lengthy unboxing of the brand new Master Grade Full Armor Gundam, Gundam Thunderbolt version, Ver.Ka version, awesome version, Gundam model kit. Anyway, looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to get to work on this. I'm going to work on this right away to get that review out for you guys as soon as I can, so stay tuned for that. It'll be coming up soon. And always gotta say a huge thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for supplying me with this kit to share with you guys. Please do go to the MindFenix Hobby Store website. If you guys are living in Australia, their link is down below. Go and check them out and support them. I'm just now noticing, interestingly, the front chest vents on the Gundam here are not like the chest vents on the actual kit, I believe. That's kind of interesting. So here, let's just take a look here. Yeah, you can see the chest vents on the kit are like that kind of cross wire, but on the front here, they're not like that. So that's interesting. No, anyway, if you guys have any other questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll see you in the review. Bye bye.